Sometimes feeling like there's only 2 days in the week. Yesterday was Monday, and look at it, Friday afternoon. Share that. Do you have a talent or skill that you can turn into a business idea? Well, don't sleep on your my youth. Get your business started today. The Youth Economy Agency will guide you. Provide funding. Yes, sister. Provide funding. Plus training to run your business profitably. Yo, go online now to start living the St. Lucian dream. Just one click and boom, you're in business.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to Youth Unplugged right here on Radio Caribbean International. I am your host, Miguel Fevrier, and thank you for joining us for another week. With us today in studio is not an entrepreneur like we had last week, but people representing, two young ladies representing the Youth Economy Agency in the persons of Mrs. Khrystal Riviere, who's the Chief Operations Officer, and Ms. Amelia Duval, who is also an employee of the year of the Youth Economy Agency. And if you didn't know about the Youth Economy Agency, which I'm sure everyone has, but in case you didn't know, you're about to learn a lot more about them today and a lot of the successes that have taken place since the establishment of the year. I'll just give a little general information before we get to our guests. The Youth Economy Agency was established on 10th August 2022 by an act to provide young people an economic space to turn hobbies into entrepreneurship and skills into business. Under this act, the agency is mandated to provide financing through the provision of loans and grants for A, the purchase of equipment for an existing and a viable micro business enterprise, B, the refurbishment of equipment and smart technologies, C, the provision of working capital, D, the provision of support for new and emerging economic sectors in the blue, orange, and green economies, and E, participating in sports activities. Additionally, the agency is mandated to provide tax reliefs and exemption on imports, including fixtures and fittings, imports on alternative energy and energy saving equipment, devices and fittings for approved projects, and exemption from the payment of value added tax on building material, furniture, equipment, and locally produced art and craft, and from the payment of corporation tax. Who do they serve? Young people between the ages of 15 and 35. The financing with grants of up to $5,000 EC, loans up to 30,000 EC with affordable interest rates of 3% per annum. You ain't getting that anywhere else. Concessions. And there's a whole list of training, which we probably will get into today. I'm going to allow Khrystal to speak, which is what she is here for. So, welcome, ladies. I think your mics are on. You're welcome to Youth Unplugged. Khrystal, I've given a bit of information now, but I think you should expound on the functions of EA and where we have been since the establishment and the operationalization of the Youth Economy Agency office.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Miguel. Thank you, St. Lucia. Thank you, RCI, for having us yet again. This is our first time on Youth Unplugged, and the reason that we were keen on coming here today is because we are a new sponsor to Youth Unplugged, and we want, as we sponsor the program, for us to be able to establish why we want to sponsor Youth Unplugged. As an agency dedicated to the development of young people, the economic development of young people primarily, we want to ensure that all youth understand that we are here for you. We are here for you whether or not you're from Vieux-Fort or from Castries, from Choiseul, Saltibus, Fosse Jacques. No matter where you're from, we are here for you. And no matter what sector you represent, we are here to assist you to turn your hobbies into entrepreneurship and skills into business. You said a whole lot. And when you read the act, in the language of the act, as you know, Miguel, it can be a little bit difficult even for the learned. So quite frankly, in a very concise way, the Youth Economy Agency exists to ensure that all young people who want to become entrepreneurs have a safe space where they can come for guidance and for financing in order for them to turn their dreams into a reality. In the time that I went to school, which was not so long ago, because I feel like I'm still youth, however, I do not fall into the brackets of 18 to 35. Womp, womp, womp. We went to school for us to get an education, to get a job.
Mhm.
And so we were learning for us to impress somebody else to hire us. Right now, the Youth Economy Agency exists for us to be able to create the future that we want. And had I had the opportunity to get financing for me to pump into a business idea that could make me a millionaire, trust and believe that's what I would have been doing.
Khrystal, you said something. I think it'll be harder hitting when you said to impress somebody else, but we go to school to make somebody else rich.
Yes,
To make somebody else rich.
yes,
That's the ultimate
yes,
thing.
we really did. And the Youth Economy Agency now, we're taking ideas, for example, of young people who want to open a private cinema,
Mm,
a
mm,
personalized cinema.
mm.
And that is a great idea,
It is.
right? And we're helping them develop that idea into a full fledged business so that they can profit, they can feed their families, and hopefully that business will grow with the training and the mentorship in order for them to contribute meaningfully to our economy. So we are not totally dependent now on outside factors and outside sources, but we are dependent on the creativity, the tenacity, the innovation of our young people.
Okay, Khrystal, there's one point I noted there, and it has come up during discussions, me trying to explain the youth, what the youth economy is all about to people on the outside. And there's a point where it says, for an existing and a viable micro business enterprise. So many people are of the view that your business has to be operational for the youth economy to get involved, provide the financing and the assistance and the mentorship. Can we speak to new business owners, people who are looking at starting a business, how they can go about getting assistance from the Youth Economic Agency?
That is why our tagline is hobbies into entrepreneurship, skills into business. Because you might have had a hobby, you've never established a business out of it. You might have a business idea, you have thought about it, you in your mind you know how you can make it work, but you've never had the extra push or you never had the finances in order for you to start it. And the Youth Economy Agency is there to able to support that idea development into a tangible business. So we have a business development department where we have support officers, and they're called business support officers because they support you through that process. There have been quite a number of young people who have come in with just the idea, and sometimes what they need is to flesh out the idea, because you may have a fantastic idea, but the more you speak about it, is the more you can make sense of it. And so our support officers are there for that. And the support officers get WhatsApp messages throughout the night
Wow.
because people message
So
throughout the night.
that should indicate the type of dedication or the interest our young people have
They
in the youth.
do. Young people are coming in. I remember there were two young men who came and he said, we want to open two different businesses. I said, as a partnership? Yes, yes, as a partnership. Um, we want to do um, um, landscaping, and we want to do like cleaning. So we'll have a cleaning company where we'll come to your house, we'll clean your home, and so on and so forth. Fantastic ideas. They have not done it as yet.
Mhm.
So now, in speaking to them, I'm asking them what's the capacity within their circle. Who are they going to employ for them to have such two great? It's two great business ideas, and I had to send them back so that they can think about it, because now we have given them a business plan guide to go home with, so that they can look at it, answer those questions for themselves, and come back to us and tell us, can you do both? Should you really focus on the development of one, make it into a great business, and thereafter you will start the other one? That is the kind of support you get at the Youth Economy Agency. There is a misconception that we just give people money. We don't.
Yes, which is what I was going to get to, which is the long list. Let me just make you save your breath on that. I see that the number of services provided by Youth Economy Agency to applicants and training in bookkeeping, business planning, business pitching, costing and pricing, customer service and experience, digital marketing, food handling and preparation, investment, product development. That's just this. Now, is there a cost to this for the applicants?
The trainee pays nothing. The cost to the trainee is success. All we want our trainees to do is succeed. I cannot tell you, we have cried not tears of sadness, but tears of joy. There was a particular person, but because I mean confidentiality purposes, I will not say the person's name, and neither can I play the voice note from that person. But this young lady cried, and it really touched us because she said in the voice note, y'all don't know what y'all do for me. Y'all don't know where I was. And I was in a really bad place personally, and I was doing my little business, and I did say, boy, I don't even know where I'm going to get the money from. And we didn't know. The girl got her training. Thereafter, she got grant funding and so on. And now she has a viable business. She comes up and down. She shows us because she's so very proud of herself. And so the Youth Economy Agency, we like to think of ourselves as a beacon of hope for young people because let's face it, not all of us can go to the top performing schools on Ireland. Not all of us can go to Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. And not all of us have the money, the family, the
Mhm.
connection for us to be able to go on to university. And also, not all of us have the wherewithal to do it in terms of our intellectual capacity. Some people, they can have a functioning landscaping company. They know exactly what they're doing, but the IQ will not allow for them to be able to sit in a classroom
Mhm.
for them to do CXE math and
And the
English.
business management acumen is not at the level we would expect.
Exactly. So if a young person comes in and they need a lawnmower because that's all they've been doing all their life, they know how to do that business. Should we then turn them away? No, we are the hope for them because there are so many other places that will tell them no. Can they go to a commercial bank and say, "Hey, what? I just need a loan for me to be able to buy a weed eater." They have no financial history, nothing else, and the bank will just have to go on trust. But the Youth Economy Agency exists for those young people who do not have another place to turn. They can come to us, and this is one place that they know they will not hear no. If the business idea is not working out at the moment, if it's not making sense at the moment, if it's not a viable business at the moment, we will tell you this application is deferred,
Mhm.
but these are the things we would like for you to do in order for us to approve it. Because we do not want young people to come to another place where they will tell them all of the reasons that their idea cannot succeed. That's the one place we want them to have hope at the Youth Economy Agency.
Crystal, I'm throughout the life of this program, we will be interviewing young businessmen and women who have benefited from the Youth Economy Agency. I'm just going through a list of what we have, and I see a diverse group of a diverse fields, diverse areas. So I even see a DJ in there, a number of caterers, steel pan, spas, adventure, juices, farms. This is amazing, Crystal. So there's a diverse, but there's one thing I noted though. I see that female appears more than the men. Can you just speak to in terms of the applicants, the type of people looking to start their businesses? Do you get more applications from men or women? Yeah, well, young men and women. How
Yeah,
does that go?
we get a lot more applications from the young women. We get a lot more applications from the young women.
Men, y'all hear that? Young
We
men.
but we're here for the young men.
Mm.
There are young men out there who are doing side jobs. They can be a Mr. Fix It. You have the ability to. We even fund if you need certification, saying in
CBQ or something like that.
we even fund that.
Wow.
Your business has been existing for the last 10 years and you never bothered to register it. We pay for the business registration for you. We help you. We see where you are at, we identify where you need to be, and we help you get there. You probably have been massaging for the last 5 years, but you do not have any certification in it. We're going to pay for you to be able to get that certification because we recognize that training is diverse and we cannot give all in house. We wish we could in our little office on Chaussee Road. By the way, please visit. It's on Chaussee Road for the people who know where my face is.
Mhm.
We are right there next to where all the big trucks are parked on Chaussee Road on floors 1 and 2. Come on in. We want to be able to help you so that we can either offer training and mentorship or we can offer financing. We also have a very dynamic summer internship program. So that's the other side. We want to develop young people holistically. So in our summer internship program, we invite school leavers from secondary school, from South Community College, and from universities across the world. It doesn't matter, you're coming home on vacation, you want something to do within the field in order to give you hand on experience, you want to work in youth development, we are available. We put out our summer internship ad and we go through, we pick, and so on. And Amelia, who's here, who is now part of the team of the Youth Economy Agency, came in through our summer internship program, and she was so impressive.
You
Here
kept
is
it.
Amelia.
Yes.
Um, well, you heard that, folks, that the year does not give free money, but they provide a free education and free training, which of course will convert into money at some point in the future. Now, I'll register my disappointment once again with the establishment of the Youth Economy Agency. I'm not sure if you remember Educator's song last year or year before about youth economy.
How could we forget?
So us old people who are over 35 don't have those advantages. But then, of course, we should give a little plug to the Ministry of Commerce and SEDU, who provides for the MSME program,
Grant loan
grant
facility.
loan facility for people who are no longer youth persons. Quote unquote.
Up until 60, you
Until
can
60.
you can
Right.
access, and that has been a very successful program as well.
Okay. Do you ever get the view from people that we don't have enough space on a small island like ours for so many small businesses, that people need to that other businesses need to have, people working for them, and we might saturate and have. Is there any fear that they'll have failed businesses?
They will have field businesses. There are grown men and women who are way beyond 35, who some of them were working in the banks, working OPSs and so on, and they retire and then they start businesses believing that, they have all of the knowledge and now they're going to apply this knowledge, and the businesses fail. There will be failed businesses no matter what age group.
In that though, do you have people who have been frustrated so far with the process, and how do you
Yes.
handle that with them?
You want to talk about the phone calls
I'd
that you
love to
get?
hear.
It's a lot. I can't. It's just a lot. But how can I say? It's just knowing what to say to them and ensuring that they don't get over, bored with the issues that
Mhm.
they come with and stuff like that. So you just find the information for them. So once they get what they want to hear, then that's basically it.
They calm
And then they calm down.
Yeah. So the process, really and truly, I want to be able to explain again. I've said this on every interview that I have been on since the opening of the year. We started out on April, as we started functioning on April 3rd, 2023 at Josie Road, with over 300 applications already on that day.
Wow.
When we started off on that day, there were 7 people employed. 7, 2 hands. 7. One of those 7 was responsible for the whole business development unit.
Whoa.
So she had to try to process 300 and something that was on that day. And then throughout the month of April, people were applying, people were calling, people were coming in. So was there demand for an agency such as ours? Within that first month, when we processed a few, a young lady came in there and she was told that she is successful, her stuff was approved, here is her check, blah, blah, blah. She said, you're giving me that money for true. She couldn't believe it. Okay. So when we start off with 300 and something, and then people found out that the office is now open, you can understand how quickly that 300 and something multiplied. And we hired new staff in November. So between April and November, these applications have been piling and piling and piling. And the new staff have been chipping at it. That's why we did island outreach. That's why we have been trying to increase how many people we see on a daily basis, try to increase our approval process. There are people who get frustrated. And I too understand. I get frustrated. Sometimes I call down to the business development department and say, how comes this person said they're waiting for a year and you all have not gotten back to them? And it's not because they're not working. My team at Youth Economy Agency are the most hardworking team that I know. They are fantastic. For example, on tomorrow and Saturday work, two of our members will be at Independence Expo in Viewfort,
Yes, I
right? For like we're not giving them anything extra, any gifts, any. They are going to be there because they love what we do, right? So people get frustrated. We try to massage them. We try as much as possible to keep in touch with them. But I want to say here, please, if you have applied to the agency and you haven't gotten any feedback, please call. Also, please ensure that you have your invoices, your open bills, your quotes for the things that you need for your business. Because sometimes people have gone through the entire process, they have been interviewed and everything, and all we're waiting for are the quotes to add to that so that it can be evaluated. And unless that comes in, we cannot complete the process. The evaluation committee cannot evaluate without your quotes.
okay.
Okay? So please don't sabotage yourself because we want you to get what you need for your business.
Now it's funny. One of our guests we were supposed to have today, she fell ill, so she was unable to make it. I did reach out to some of your clients, and it's funny. One said to me, but two said to me they'll be at the expo tomorrow, and the other said they had bookkeeping training today, so they weren't able to make it. So for me, I didn't even mind the fact that they're not able to make it. The fact that the year is looking for them, and she was very excited to go through that. Um, you did mention the personal cinema, but can you just give an idea of some of the interesting business ideas that we have out there and the public should look forward to support those
So
businesses?
first of all, you know Safia,
Yeah, yeah.
Safia has Ali, which is kind of like a St. Lucian Uber.
Hmm.
Safia is one of our clients. I love that idea because, of course, a St. Lucian Uber
We
and
need
by
that.
the name Ali, that's fantastic. Optronics is also was also a client and now a partner.
Is
We
that
have,
the robotics boys, the grocery
let me
and
tell you,
what's his name? I forgot his name.
Keegan Patrick.
Patrick, right? Patrick.
Right. Let me tell you, if only I could have done AI all
To
nowadays.
the
So
bright. Right. I've been following them from college. They took on the robotics thing, and yeah, I can
they're
imagine.
amazing. So they were part, and also they Keaton Patrick presented at our youth investment forum last
Mm.
year. We also have Riyadh James, and Riyadh has been everywhere with his D local bites. We have oh my god, I'm getting fog. We have Project Cocktail. We have quite a
Wow.
number. Project Cocktail is interesting. It's a young man who is basically a mobile bartender, and he can
Wow.
so we have a lot of clients across the board. We have clients in education. We have clients who want to open after school programs, viable after school programs for their communities, at risk communities, and we support that because another thing we expect that if we're able to help the majority of young people for to realize their dreams, then there will be a domino effect of a decrease in crime.
Mhm.
And we are all affected by crime. Crime doesn't affect one set of people and not the rest. We're all affected by it. And so for that reason, we want to ensure that crime is reduced in order for us to all live happily and safely in this country. So yeah, I wanted to say that we have awarded as of December 2024. So I haven't added January's figure and the amount in February figure, approximately $4.5 million in
Grants.
grant funding.
Grant. How about the loans? The loans.
So now the loans we're processing now and we're working with SLDB. And when I say processing, as in we have already processed
Mhm.
and we have already sent over to SLDB our first set of people to receive loans. Okay? The entire process, the whole all of the requirements we have met and so on, and we have sent it over to SLDB. So hopefully by next week, God willing, I'll be able to come here and say we have awarded X number of people the
Oh yes.
loans.
Hopefully you get that information to us. We'll be glad to put it out. Crystal, we have about 6 minutes left, but I we're not only thinking locally, and although it's obvious, I want to speak to the prospects of international business through the year program that for your applicants, the prospects of working outside of St. Lucia, I mean with the qualification, the CPQs and all these kinds of things. Do you have any clients who are now servicing outside of St. Lucia?
So we have an inside joke, and I guess it will no longer be inside by the time I do this. that Export St. Lucia likes to steal our clients.
Oh wow.
So that means that we are able to assist our clients sufficiently for them to attract the attention, the funding, and the assistance of Exports in Lucia. There are quite a number of clients who have done so. Riyadh is one of them. I believe Kriya
Korea
John
John.
is another one. We have quite a number of clients that we share now with Exports St. Lucia. So what we expect is that after a while, that number will increase and we will be able to say the youth economy agency was good for St. Lucia, good for our
How you
economy,
got?
not just locally, but to bring in that foreign currency.
And let me just state, Korea John was one of those I called this morning. She told me that she'll be at the expo tomorrow, and she's into catering. So when we speak exports in Lucia, catering, one wouldn't think that catering would be something that you would find a market so much for it outside, but then it's there. So shout out to Korea John and your other applicants. I just want to make an appeal again to the young men. Looking at that list again and seeing female, 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 it's I mean, being in the news, it's always been said that in fact the CMO's report some years ago had it, the majority of victims of homicide and not only these things, but other lifestyle diseases are men.
Hmm.
Are young men that particularly they fall within that age group. You can a plumber, you know how to sew, the youth economy is there. Come, you'll get your assistance to your business plan.
It's true. As for the hands-on work like plumbing, we have quite a few young men who have come in. All they need is maybe chainsaw, and all they need is they need tools. We have people who have been working as mechanics for other people, and they feel like they can continue a side hustle to help develop themselves in order for them to one day open their
To
own
get their
mechanic
tools and
shop.
everything.
So we right now have an advertisement out on our social media. We're calling mentors those people who have over 10 years of experience in their field. Your field could be in financial management, in sales and marketing, in human resource management, in business management. You can sign up with us to be a mentor so that you can mentor the next generation of millionaires in St. Lucia. And the mentees, those young people who themselves have businesses and who want to be mentored, our application form is also open for that so that you can be part of our mentorship program. Miguel, it is a wholly beneficial agency, wholly. And we try to improve every day. If we see any gaps, if any gaps are pointed out to us, we ensure that we fill those gaps quickly in order for us to keep our constituents happy. Because when the tide rises, not one boat can stay down. So if the economic tide rises through the Youth Economy Agency, that means we all
Mhm.
will rise as well as solutions. So happy independence, Miguel.
We have to be safe. There's a certain level of selfishness and preservation. Look, when we spoke about mentors, from people who already have established businesses and they may see the younger people probably get into the same type of business as some sort of competition to put them out there. Do you get that? How have the mentors themselves been reacting and embracing this ability, this opportunity to mentor up and coming business people?
The mentors hold these mentees as if they are their children.
That's really good to hear.
Yes, I see mentors cry as if they're never going to see these people again when we have the closing ceremony. They hold the mentees very dearly. There are some men, not quite a few, who set up pop-up shops for the mentees on a Saturday to
Wow.
help them with sales and marketing. There are mentors who bring them in, especially for the financial management part, to show them about finances and blah blah. They bring them into their business to show them how they do this to help optimize because you cannot see everybody has a competition. You understand? You have to you have to share the knowledge, otherwise it's going to go with you. Even when you're a businessman and you have children, if you don't pass it on,
Yeah, it just dies there. It dies with you.
exactly, exactly. So the mentorship program, the mentors we have gotten so far, have been really good. They've been really good. We're really grateful for them. And I would like to say, people like Dr. Tekla Lewis.
Mm.
Oh my God,
Oh, vibrant,
oh
vibrant.
gosh.
She loves.
Yes, we have several people like her in our mentorship program,
Mhm.
men and women, and they're supposed to give an hour a week to their mentees, and I can tell you they give a lot more than an hour a week to their mentees. By the time Tekla and other mentors like her set up pop-up shop and spend a whole Saturday morning getting people to come and to help grow people customer base.
Is it?
Hmm.
Okay, well, we're down to our final minutes. You have any final thoughts, anything you'd like to add that we may have missed? I'm sure we're going to have you here again because you need to highlight where we've been. We know where we are now and where we'll be later. So,
Yeah. We want to be able to help as many young people as possible. We want to encourage all young people to access the services of the Youth Economy Agency. And in the event you feel like somebody else's process took too long or it was too stressful for them, and so for that reason you'll not. I want you to come and test this yourself. Don't take somebody else's stressful story and
I agree.
apply it to yours. Come test this for yourself. Come on in. We are here to serve. You will meet Amelia at the front.
Yes, guys, I hope you can see this beautiful young lady. That's the most welcoming view you can get at the Youth Economy Agency. Khrystal, Amelia, thank you very much for joining us today. It was a really interesting discussion. I know there's more that we can talk about, and you will be here another time. But to viewers and listeners, thank you very much for tuning into Youth Unplugged. I am your host, Miguel Fevrier. Join us next Wednesday at 3 p.m. for another exciting discussion with one of our youth entrepreneurs. Last week, we had our famous Yogi, the producer, the Turville, while not a product of the Youth Economy Agency, but he had a lot of good things to say about the initiative. He says in Canada, that particularly where the creatives are, there's a lot of support in terms of grants and loans to that field. So, Khrystal, keep doing what you guys are doing. I'm still jealous. I'm upset that this didn't come about when I was still a young person. But I know there are other things for people like me and the older person. So, young men, again, this is another appeal to please take advantage of the Youth Economy Agency. We do not know. We're hoping it there for a very long time, but we do not know how long it'll be there, and that opportunity is now. Grab it. I am Miguel Fevrier. See you next week.
But imagine, sometimes it's feeling like there's only 2 days in the week.